morning, boomers. It's the voice of the blockchain here, Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest. Back with another live stream, a quarantine stream, unlimited liquidity being provided by the Federal Reserve. They're throwing money all over the place. We got cash flying from above the ceiling. It looks like a pep rally for the Connect out here. Shout out to all the boomers. I see Cryptmatic, Lady Plants a lot, Jojo waving their and the rest of the boomers out here. I'm glad that the chat box is working. I'm still getting errors here on my dashboard, but it seems to be working. Apparently it was on my end. I thought I was being attacked, and they disabled my chat. Luckily, Jojo Wave hit me up on DLive and told me it's that the settings were set for kids. So let me be clear: this is not for kids, and that's why the chat's open. So shout out to the concurrent viewers out there and all the worldwide crypto maniacs. Now the Fed they're running this printing press. They have the okay to run the printing press till the wheels fall off. They are about to buy everything on the low. Everything is being bought out by the Fed right now. They're throwing cash everywhere. Shout out to James Harrison Bottle. Shout out to Cryptmatic, Lady Plants a lot, Jojo Wave, the rest of the boomers out there. Indeed, I hope you guys are hunkered down and you're putting on you put your surgical mask on your bank account, because really that's what's going on out here, guys. They've shut down the economy. The whole entire thing is a move like no other. This is unprecedented. You guys think Bitcoin will test 4K, says Norm. Guys, everything's on the table, and unless the traditional fiat system holds up, everything is about to get liquidated. One of the Federal Reserve presidents yesterday, I think the guy out of Illinois, he's expecting a projection of a 30% unemployment, just to give you a perspective of how serious that is. During the peak of the Great Depression, unemployment was at 25%. They're projecting 30%. Guys, it's about to be a bloodbath. Make sure that you got your whatever your supplies you had to get. I mean, we've been saying it and we're prepared. Guys, it's it's getting real. Shout out to Day and Night, new boomer here. What's up, Champagne Crypto? Shout out to Day and Night. CryptoZilla, he says DLive's not up. I understand DLive's not up. It seems that Restream.io is having problems connecting and forwarding the streams to YouTube. It seems like when things get real out there, YouTube blocks any third parties from sending the streams and forces people to go directly to them. Shout out to Crypto Wonder. I see you. Day and Nate, they need to throw me some cash. Says, I mean, listen, they're about to start throwing. There's nothing else that they could do. They got to keep printing money and throwing cash everywhere. Ultimately, guys, it's by design. Crash the system, and then they're gonna offer the new solution. That's what it is. Problem, reaction, solution. The problem was introduced. We're in the middle of the reaction, and the solution will be introduced sooner than later, and that's gonna be total control, guys. This is monopoly, and they're about to buy out the entire board, boomers. If you didn't see it coming, it is what it is. Fed out of St. Louis, Bullard calling for 30%. Yeah, I just mentioned it actually right now, original copy. So the Fed chairman out of Illinois, he's calling for 30% unemployment. He even said that this is a by design lockdown, and it is what's going down. Let's see if I can even pull up the quote. It's out there. And they're going to be throwing cash. We're in a strip club. Guys, there's so much cash that's going to be thrown around. This is ultimately going to lead to hyperinflation, and then they'll provide the solution. So what you're seeing here is guys, it's all changed. Okay, and, this is a new system that is going to be implemented here, and it's happening before your eyes. So stay focused. What does that mean for you? I mean, it depends on where on the totem pole you are and what industry you're in. But some people are going to actually benefit, and then many people are going to lose. How's the U.S. doing with the crisis? UK have announced they will pay 80% of any staff wages to stop people being laid off. Yeah, they're doing similar stuff out here. Apparently, the package that they were about to introduce was shot down by the Democrats because they want to add some sort of this is what I heard, so don't correct me if I'm wrong. They want to add a climate change guy at the airlines. Like, they want to make it mandatory to have some sort of a climate change guy at all the airlines, and they want something else in the bill. And it's funny, Bunny. These guys, everybody, this is a shit show, for lack of a better word. Champ, check out The Hidden Secrets of Money by Mike Maloney. Yeah, I've been hearing people talk about that, and yeah, I haven't seen it, but I know it calls for the deflation and then the hyperinflation, and it makes sense. Everything right now is going to be deflated because they're selling. People trying to get cash, but eventually all the cash that they're printing is going to make it out to the streets. And it's going to be, it's just going to be like $10, $15 to buy a gallon of milk, if you ask me. It's an economy restart. You're right. Thai City says hyperinflation. Guys, they're going to destroy it and create it and offer the solution. The Fed is about to take over. I mean, it's not like they already were in control, and now it's going to be total domination. And of course, my prediction is that, obviously now they're already labeling it the Chinese virus. And it's true, it did come out of China, but you can see how the programming has already been thrown out there. And I'm sure over there in China, they're probably blaming it on the U.S. So, everybody's got to have an enemy. And I can see us going into a similar Cold War with China as we did with Russia, back after the World War. And, that was all fabricated too. If not, the Russians would have called out the fake moon landing, but it was in their best interest to keep just, the fight going back and forth. And that's what I would predict could happen here. The world will split. There's going to be more manufacturing over here in the West, in Mexico and even in Europe. And we're going to have to rebuild. And the enemy is going to be labeled probably the Chinese. That's what I would see. And there's going to be maybe not a one world currency, but it's going to be consolidated. It's going to be a few currencies. And it's going to be led by the central bank here. The Fed is taking over. They got the okay to print as much money as they want, so they can just do whatever they like. It's out of control, guys. It's never before seen. I think they're printing out. Look, just to give you a perspective, 2008, they went to the Congress to ask for a bailout. The TARP bailout was something like $850 billion. They're throwing that like every single day at this moment out on the streets. So it's and what's the alternative for the world? I really don't know. It's really, we should have thrown the banks out there and gone on some sound money supply, but they've checkmated everybody. Who's going to bail out the strip club workers, says Lady Flance. They're on thin ice with their people, so need to blame someone else, says Cryptozilla. Of course. Yeah, there's always got to be, that enemy, Now they got what's called the hidden enemy, and that, you could see how this is like a perfect storm, guys. Come on. I'm sure, obviously, a lot of people doubted whether the virus was real or not. And it's obvious that there's something out there, but the exaggeration to do all this, there's going to be more damage done by shutting things down than the actual virus itself. Come on. Taru TV says Champagne. We have like 2 to 3 months more to buy Bitcoin, says Taru. Let's see, let's see what happened with the bits. The bits is a blip in the radar, guys. It's just another asset that may or may not do good. It has sound fundamentals as far as the limited circulating supply. But to think that the Fed would the Fed will buy all of they can buy all of the Bitcoin in a second, guys. Come on. So, I mean, listen, I'm still holding bags because I still think that, crypto looks more attractive than oil right now, right? Although maybe it's time to buy oil and they say to buy it at the bottom. So, I mean, it's a complete shit show. All I got to say, guys, is make sure you got your supplies ready. We've been saying this, and hunker down the storm, I think this is a game of patience right now. Everybody's literally on house arrest. And instead of freaking out when you're locked down, you got to be patient when you're locked down. When you're locked down, it's all about patience. Don't freak out. Be patient and stay to a steady schedule. President should avoid calling it Chinese virus because that spreads racism around the world against Chinese people that have nothing to do with the virus. If you just didn't listen to what I explained, it's probably part of the plan. It's not about racism. Racism is BS too. But there's always got to be an enemy, and I'm sure they're probably going to say the same thing in China, the opposite. Blame it on us. Yo, Champ, got a question. In your opinion, what's a decent amount of coins to have? Like, is 1,000 good? 7,000? What do you mean? Like, which coins are you talking about? I don't know which one is specific. And everybody has a different situation, Ola, I live in Asia, and it's a bunch of bullcrap that bleeding hearts are selling you. Yeah, as far as don't be racist, guys. It's like, it's bigger than that, guys. It's way bigger than that. if Fed buys all Bitcoin, then wouldn't the price increase? No, it'd probably go down because they could start manipulating the market. The whole thing is that what I'm trying to say out here, Jojo, and I think to the cryptomaniacs, is that Bitcoin is not as significant as people think at this moment. Yeah, it shows promise and it could be an alternative to the system, but guys, this is way bigger. Like, you think Bitcoin's going to come save the day in a cape? You know, the best we can hope for is that it holds. But if you want something to hold and store value, it's obviously gold. It's obviously gold. I mean, right now, and I said this not Saturday, the Saturday before, I said Bitcoin's a speculative asset, which still looks good as far as the speculation. Zilla says, trust me, they would call it the American virus if it started in the U.S. and hell, they want to call it that now. Yeah, that's what I heard people are saying on that side. So, I mean, guys, it's all by design. They want us to fight with each other so that the banks can end up controlling everything. It's a consolidation of banks. There's a lot of banks out there, and now this is further consolidation. It's going to be less and less people. The difference between the haves and have-nots is going to continue to grow. Naming it the Chinese virus is called race baiting. He's trying to get y'all mad by using race. It's deeper than just race, guys. It's actually, you always got to have an enemy. Like, look, after 9/11, what was the enemy? Right, the terrorism, weapons of mass destruction. It ended up being all bullshit. But you always got to have an enemy to keep the plan going. So it's not because of racism. It's because they need an enemy. You see what I'm saying? The guns and ammo, hopefully you have them. Yeah, I mean, I heard they already sold out, McLovin. I heard they already sold out. Yeah, I mean, hopefully you're in a state that, it's a little more lax with those rules, Shout out to the 20 concurrent viewers out there. Have I shared my screen? Where we're at here? We're on the quarantine stream. Let's look at the fiat leak here. Thanks to CryptoZilla, he pointed me in this direction. It's always a sexy screen. I like this one. It shows most of the flow coming out of U.S. and South Korea, a little bit of flow out there in Europe. And you can see we're holding there at 62.65. Better than I expected. Right now, above 6K is looking strong. Anything above 5K is all still a little strong. Once we dipped under 5, I would say things start looking a lot differently. But at 62.71, guys, Bitcoin's doing all right. Bitcoin is doing all right. Look at Steam. Steam is moving as well. The fake news called it the Wuhan Chinese virus. Now that Trump says it's a big problem, fake news can suck it. Yeah, I mean, guys, who cares? I mean, as far as focusing on whether it's race or not, I really don't care about the topic of discussion, guys. That's breadcrumbs on the floor. Guys, if you're still thinking about race and guys, you don't see the takeover that's going on by the banks before everybody's eyes? Come on. People out here talking about race. Come on, guys. It's scary. The central banks want to indebt the world so they can come in and just buy everything. Exactly. They're buying everything. And they got basically a printing press, the okay from everybody to go ahead and just do unlimited liquidity, guys. Unlimited. Non-stop. They're pumping so much. Never before seen, guys. They're about to buy. They're buying corporate debt. They're buying bonds. They're buying companies. It's what you're basically seeing is they denied it, and they say, well, this is not a nationalization. Well, then what is it then? I say let the family of the people that die from it choose the name, says CryptoZilla. There you go. Derek says Trump is being bent over by the banks. He's in real estate. That's why he wants zero and negative interest rates. He's working with the banks. And who do you think's the banks, guys? Come on. We've been saying this for a while. I didn't say Donnie ain't going to help you, Hillary. They all work with the banks. Come on. This plan has been in place for I don't know how long. If you don't see it clear as day, guys, come on. Shout out to Jerron, Pirate Silver. Yeah, Jerron's like, exactly. F racism, it doesn't exist. You guys, I mean, people thinking about racism. You've been talking about, you got to talk about how the banks are taking over. That racism's fake news, guys. That like people on the bottom believe and they fight over. You know, let people fight over that. I don't even have to pay attention to that, guys. Come on. Got you fighting over the little things. Look at the big plan. The big plan is that the banks are laughing to the, not even laughing to the bank. This is more than even laughing to the bank. They're laughing at the bank, not to the bank. They are, that's it. They took it over. It's a checkmate, guys. If you don't see what's going on right there in front of your eyes, come on. Pirate Silver says, yeah, it's the biggest con ever. Exactly. They got an unlimited printing press and they got everybody on lockdown doing whatever they want. And people out here are talking about racism. Psst. Come on, guys. They're still trying to virtue signal and like coddle. Come on, stop with the feminine attitude and see who the real threat is to people. Come on. Yeah, lots of history on people taking over and dividing and conquer as well, Derek. Yeah, they need more. So that's what's going on. Let me go ahead and check out the markets. I'll show you guys some. There's little you could do at this moment, guys. And these fake Q guys. Are we reconnected here? Give me a 1, 2, 10, 4, roger that. We got knocked off. You know these streams are, all the connections are running slow. Drop me a 10, 4, roger that. $10-4. Okay, good. Guys, there's no racism. It's only good and evil. So if you're looking at it, what you're looking at is evil. Yeah, what evil exists, guys. But, they make you think it's here, it's there. It's just evil. My tube has been acting funny bunny the past few days. It's all acting funny bunny, digital gold. Kaboom YM. Teru TV says, yes, you're back. Pirates Silver's here. 10-4, roger that. Let's go ahead and look at the markets, guys. I don't want to, don't come to me with talks about racism when the central banks are taking over the entire globe. Okay? It's about money and power. You got good and you got evil. Please. $10-4, Jerron. Let me go ahead and my dashboard's acting up. I can't see basically the chat. So bear with me out there, guys. You know that everything's actually running a little slow, but we're going to get through it. It's all good. Okay? It's one thing we're going to learn out here is freaking patience. A lot of you people out here need to learn patience, calm the fuck down, and stay at home and just chill. Give it a second, guys. Is it time to buy? Is it time to sell? Is this? Is it that? It's time for you to relax. Is it racism? Is it this? Is it, people need to chill, man. Especially in the internet out here. It's not loading. So let's go ahead and check out the prices. Bitcoin there at 61.56. Ether at 128. I'm still liking Ether. I'm liking Ether. Ripple at 15 cents. Bitcoin Cash is all doing good too. Bitcoin Cash has been performing well. 212. Bitcoin SV, forget about that. Litecoin. Guys, what's up with Litecoin? Like what does Litecoin, what purpose does Litecoin serve in this climate? Explain to me. EOS at 222, Binance at 1173, Tezos at 160, Leo at 101, Stellar at 3, Chainlink at 211. Chainlink dumped a lot. Tron at 1, Cardano at 2. Chainlink didn't hold like Bitcoin held. Yeah, Pirate Silver says, real talk, it's all about money. Racism is not an issue compared. Exactly. Look at the people on the top of the pyramid. Do you think they really care about race or not? They care about the haves or have-nots, or if you're part of the bloodline that's going to serve their agenda. What can we do about it? Look, here's the thing, guys. There, like, unless you want to be part of that power structure, then there's no reason to fight in that power structure. I mean, look what the good Lord did. You think the good Lord was trying to topple Caesar or change the currency? He said, give Caesar Caesar's. Let them go ahead and do whatever they're going to do. Be in this world, but not of it. Let it be. Guys, you know, there's very little you could do. What you could do is speak the truth. That's all you could do. Just be truthful. Just call it for what it is. Laugh at it, you know, and just call it what it is. Taking life skin deep is a fool's game. If you are living that way, then your puppeteers are laughing at you. Exactly. Litecoin is fast and cheap. That's it, in my opinion. So, I mean, how much faster and cheaper is it? Like, is that like the reason someone's going to use it? I mean, listen. Debit cards are pretty fast and cheap too. I mean, you know, you see what I'm saying? And this is coming from someone that has the Litecoin bag. It's like, you know, I'm looking at it. I'm like, what is it doing? You know, what's the reason for Litecoin? At least Bitcoin Cash has the Bitcoin brand name. No one more patient than a crypto hodler. There you go, pirate. I like that. Yeah, it's about patience right now, guys. Just be steady. You know, make sure you listen. As much as we know it's funny bunny, that cash is funny bunny, you're gonna need some in these times. Okay, make sure you have some. I already saw a report there on CNN that were saying there's no reason to take your cash out of the banks. It was reported on CNN this weekend. I saw that. I went to the ATM. I picked up a couple more greenbacks just in case. Okay. The most hated man on the is a man who speaks the truth. You know it. So, you know, as far as like trying to be in that system and fight it, it's like people that want to fight in that system is because they also want power too. It's like the same thing with the commies. You know, it's like, let's change it so that we can institute communism. It's because they want power too. It's the demons fighting the demons, guys. Ain't nothing going to change things for the better and make things a utopia until the good Lord does it himself. It's been said so many times, so don't try to be one that's like, you know, in control of everything. Because, you know, once you get into that fight, it's a zero-sum game. Get boxes of coins from the bank, says YM. Yeah, you just want to make sure that you, you know, you have food, clothing, and shelter, you know, to survive, you know, the coming times, guys. It's going to get uglier. I'm just letting you know. And they're eventually going to have to start sending these checks, and they're going to be multiple. Unemployment's going to go up. How are some of these companies going to stay afloat? So, you know, just be prepared. Now, on the other hand, there's no fear, uncertainty, and doubt. You got to look at it the opposite. It's like, so where are the opportunities going to be? You know, there is going to be opportunities. Yeah, it's no time for politics or race. Exactly. People are still thinking about Democrats and Republicans. Guys, they all work for the banks, guys. Come on. And, you know, the banks are they have been. Biggest mistake this country ever did was putting it in the hands of the bankers. It's the biggest mistake. But, you know, they dangle the carrot in front of you, you know. The checks will be based on your tax return, says Derek. Let's see. Yeah, you know, that's what I've heard. Yeah, that's what I've heard. They're going to do something, though. They're going to do something. And also, they have to do something to, you know, to tame the people a little bit. People are pissed off out there, too, you know. Like, how long are you going to be able to keep people on house arrest worldwide without sending them a check? You know, that's why they're pumping porn out there. You guys starting to see it a little bit better now, right? So let's go ahead and check out the markets here. You can see the headlines here on Market Watch. This one's very interesting, too. The U.S. stocks move lower as the New York Stock Exchange operates without a trading floor for the first time. This is like, there's not even people on the floor anymore. Guys, it's all a show. There's not even people there anymore. This is like you show up to see the Wizard of Oz and you pull back the curtain. Before there was like just one little guy. Now there's no one there, guys. Everybody took off. There's no one there. Oh, wow. I take the passing time I have to practice keyboard chops, and now I can play boogie woogie and jazz. There you go. let's see here. So let's look at this article. U.S. stocks move lower. Dow futures surge in positive territory after Fed unleashes unlimited stimulus plan to combat coronavirus. So when they throw money at the very beginning, you'll see the spike. But it's going to be these peaks and valleys, but it's going to be higher, lower lows, and that's what it is. I mean, look at the Dow Jones. Every time that they announce something, you'll see a little move up, and then it goes down again. And then they announce something, move up, and it goes down again. This morning they announced something that went up. Now it's going down again, guys. I can expect the Dow to go at least to 10K, maybe even lower. Excuse me. Let's look at the whole history of the Dow, and you'll see. Let's see where it was at before the 2000 or after the 2008 crash. So things crashed, and they went down to 6,000 or 7,000. Let's say about 7,000 points here with the Dow. Okay, and this is when the Fed did the bailouts and they started throwing money. If they didn't do the bailouts, this thing would have gone down even lower. It would have gone down probably to like 3,000 or lower, 2,000. It could have gone back down to the 90s rates. So listen, I can expect, look at, are you guys not looking at this? This is the most dramatic red candle on the entire chart. We're going through it right now. So expect more blood. 30% unemployment is what they're saying, compared to 25% at the height of the Great Depression. So hunker down out there. If you didn't know how to be thrifty, if you didn't know how to save, if you didn't know how to, not be such a consumer, now's the time. You got to be a producer you got to produce now more than you consume. You got to upload more than you download, guys. You got to hunker down right here because this is going to separate the men from the mice, the pits from the poodles, guys. And while you got people out there still fighting over transgender or racism or some retarded concept, you need to hold it down right now and focus on your friends, your families, and the rest of the animals on the farm. And be patient. That's the word. Be patient. Yeah, we've never seen a self-imposed crash. Well, not really. The 28 crash kind of was, though. If you look at the history, Rothschild was in it. I even showed a clip one time that talked about that, how they crashed the markets there. But nothing like this, obviously. Never nothing like this. Look at this, guys. This is out of control. So, back in 09, this was the crash in 09. Look at the crash now, guys. This is... Get your canned beans. There will be food shortages. Yeah, I mean, guys, you shouldn't be, eating like a fat boy right now. There's no reason to be partying and eating in excess. Everything is on maintenance right now. You're trimming down. You're stocking up with some supplies, or hopefully you already did. I mean, if you're trying to stock up now, then you've been sleeping out there. You had over 2 weeks already. You had over 2 weeks, and there were some other people here in the box, and I'll admit it myself. Like I was like, all right, well, this thing, I wasn't believing the hype because it's an exaggeration. It's obviously an exaggeration, but now it's clear as day. The play is now, and get ready. Are you really surprised though if you've been following this? I mean, I'm not. NYSC has no one on the floor. Vegas is a ghost town. Exactly. It's like there's no one on the floor. It's just all bells and whistles now, guys. It's just there's probably no one ever even there to verify what's really going on. It's all a simulation. What does this mean for the layman? It depends, how you look at it. I got boxes of mac and cheese, says YM. There you go. Yeah, they're expecting high interest rates, guys, 30%. So hopefully hunker down. It looks like most people are going to be working for the government or Amazon or Walmart now. You guys wanted UBI? Get ready for UBI, and you'll see how nice it really is, guys. You get a little $1,000 check, and then you'll be working 10, 12 hours at Walmart, and you'll still be renting and not be able to do anything. So Dow Jones at 18. Just guys, that's all I'm saying. Just prepared. And Bitcoin is gonna be under pressure too. As this thing keeps going down, there's gonna be bigger and bigger whales that they're gonna need to sell some of their stash here to keep living. You're gonna see more companies go bankrupt. It's interesting what's going to happen though with cryptos. I still think they're going to stick around. Bitcoin will be all right, but I don't see that Bitcoin will be the dominant crypto in the next at least 5 years. There's going to be another one out there that serves. It may be the Fed coin for all we know, guys. That may be the dominant crypto. I mean, let me just actually never call it crypto again because there's nothing cryptographic. We're talking about blockchain technology. And actually, a concept that hit me last night while I was like laying down, I was like, what if this crypto market, what if Bitcoin and all that, and they made Satoshi and all that story, the funny bunny, just to run a test run to see how it works, how it would work in a market. And just to see, the kinks. Whether it, if the bells and whistles, whether it's good, whether it's bad, where they need to adjust, just to run a simulation basically. And now they got more data on blockchains and how they can use that to implement a real digital coin, perhaps. What I mean by real is one that the USD or the U.S. government backs. I'd rather rent where I live and own rental property. I mean, I'm not trying to rent anywhere, but I get you. That's a concept. I get it. I understand that concept. This is a global elitist takeover and it's cleaning season. Absolutely. CryptoZilla says the reason governments didn't just let the economies go is because this virus hits the older harder and they are usually the ones in seats of power. Exactly. And those are also, it's like they're killing off the old wisdom. Have you not noticed that? I mean, I don't know. It's just like it. I don't know. It hit. There's so many things that are funny bunny of this, and this is going to be talked about for the next 100+ years, guys. This is going to be. Come on. Funny if FedCoin forked off Bitcoin. Eventually, that's what they're going to introduce, a blockchain technology that they run like a Ripple or something that they're in complete control. It's a centralized blockchain tech. I'm not going to call it crypto because none of these coins are... Bitcoin ain't even crypto at this point, guys. The only crypto on the top 20 is Monero. Call it for what it is. So maybe Bitcoin was just a simulation to run, a blockchain tech to see how they can track it and see, where the flaws and the benefits, the costs and the benefits is just maybe they were... You know how I feel. Satoshi ain't here to help you against nothing. Come on, guys. Half of all of my coins run on the ETH blocks. I'm good. No, I don't think blockchain's going anywhere. No. Especially since they can track it all. It's not really a threat to them. They can track it. I mean, it's actually easier to track than the USD. It's all there. You could track it easily on blockchain analysis. I mean, it's right there on the Block Explorer. That's really not that true. This thing's killing dumb ass young folks and older folks. It's the purge. Yeah, I mean, I did hear that some, younger folks have been impacted as well. Right. We don't know one key point. Can a person be reinfected? They've said and proven no one in the short term, but what about down the road? Exactly. No one knows. And it's whatever they want it to be, at this point, it's whatever they say. Shout out to Rafterman. Nice to see you back, Rafterman. Satoshi, we're out Dow. We need your perspective. Come on, Satoshi. I fell for the Satoshi meme too, guys. Come on. Come on. You don't think they know who Satoshi is? Lady Plant says, I'm worried about the flu season and the reemergence. Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing this, maybe something that the whole world ends up getting at some point, put it this way, and I know some of the younger kids don't go through it, but I mean, in my day, everybody got chicken pox at some point. That's it. You're going to get it. You're going to get it at some point. You're going to get, it's not going to be easy. Some people get it more severe than others, but all the kids got it and that's it. And you live life, and this flu doesn't even seem as severe as getting the chicken pox. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe everybody ends up having to get it at one point and it's just another flu. Yeah, people are buying toilet paper, but not soap and hygiene products. Yeah, and listen, there's something poetic about this toilet paper, and I think there's a lot more about it. There's got to be something there about toilet paper, and it's also like in a way, them laughing at us. It's like, oh, we're going to get the people to shit their pants. We're going to make toilet paper worth more than cash. It's also something poetic about it. It's something deep there. That toilet paper, there's something deep with that. Champ, people I already read that. Main event. How's that Hive doing, main event? I know Steam forked off. So there was a fork, Steam fork. They created a new network called Hive. And it's basically the same as Steam, but without Justin Sun. So I don't know what to call it. I want to say API, but that's probably not the way. So how are you accessing Hive? Because I tried to make a post on, I think this was on Busy or on Steam Peak. Yeah, I think it was Steam Peak. And I put one of the keywords Hive, but I don't think it came out. Oh, so you haven't used it yet either. Okay, neither have I. So I don't know how it works. Rafterman got his phone stolen. More hassle than the virus. Oh, man. Sorry to hear that. Hopefully you're back online. You can access with your Steam keys, but where? So where could you access Hive main event? Because I want to post. I'll throw a post up. I'll throw this post up, this stream up there today. If this is an airborne virus, would most people with the common sense want to fortify their immune system? If the media wants to tell you urine contains vitamins, you fools would drink it. Yeah, but you know what's funny? That you say that, though, Jerron? Look up snake diet and urine therapy, which is crazy. Like, you got Machida, which is a UFC fighter that drinks urine and stuff. And it's you'd be surprised. I'm not that I do that or I ever will, but you'd be surprised. But yeah, I know what you mean. People are so stupid, they'll believe anything the mainstream media tells them. Post a link on DLive. And big shout out to JoJo Wave. While I was doing my broadcast this morning, I had a mistake. So I clicked on this. I clicked on yes, this stream is suitable for kids, when that is not the case. This stream is not suitable for kids. And because of that, it temporarily locked the chats. And then I thought I was being attacked. I was like, oh, they're locking my chats out here. What's going on? And, I was already thinking they were attacking the chat. But JoJo, he posted over here on DLive, and he said, Champ, your current stream is set for kids. So the point I'm trying to make is that there's always an open stream for our community here on DLive, whether, an open chat box. So at any time you can come and, chat here with, CryptoZilla, JoJo, or any of the boomers that are checking up on this page. So this is just an open chat room. We don't need a Discord or anything. Here it is. It's all public, and we'll keep it like that. Yeah, they're buying toilet paper, but not soap. Yeah, how are they going to clean themselves? It's disgusting. Yeah. CryptoZilla says, LOL, Snake Diet's been talking about it for a year. Yeah, I don't know if you've gotten on Snake Diet, but he's like the fasting coach, and he's dropping some cool videos. But yeah, so there's something called urine therapy, but you have to drink your own urine, not somebody else's. Not that I've ever done it or I will. It sounds disgusting, but there is some evidence to show that it actually may have some benefits. I don't know. This is from a generation that eats laundry dumplings. Yeah, it's funny, but yeah, check them out. Either way, the fasting is the fasting and the coaching that he does is very interesting. Snake Diet. YM uses man wipes. There you go. Most of you guys should just go ahead and take a shower, okay? Especially that you're home now. I feel the next key to surviving the next economic reset will be flexibility and adaptability. If you can't master these two things, you won't prosper. I agree, Derek. And, flexibility comes with not being in debt. And a lot of people are going to be overhead in debt. And a lot of these companies are going to accept these small business loans to try to keep their business afloat. And they're going to get further in debt, when really they should just let it go, some people. It's my opinion. and then what you say, adaptability. That's right. You got to be able to adapt. You may have to go into another industry or do something else. I agree with you. Oscar did the snake diet. All right. He said, "What are you doing to keep you entertained in the quarantine, champ?" And I was 305 now, 235 with the snake diet without the pee drink. There you go. Congratulations, Oscar. Congratulations. What I'm doing, I mean, I stay entertained. I got two little kids here, so I mean, we're always playing. We set up the pool the other day in the weekend, did some barbecue. We're hanging out in the backyard. A lot of time outside, really. It's you know, the best thing for us. You know, get some sun, make sure the kids get tired, and you know, they play in the little pool. I set up a little inflatable pool for them, and so yeah, that's how we stay entertained. We got children; they're always ready to play, and they don't know anything about the virus, so there's nothing to talk about with them. So it's actually a good. It's not even a distraction. It's a good alternative to paying attention to the news. Kaboom Champ, looks like I have more time to catch the live streams. Always a silver lining. Shout out to Dab Master J. Welcome back. It's been a while. Welcome back to the box. I think this thing will last minimum 18 months, and I can expect to reemerge in the form of 2 additional less intense waves. Buckle up. Yeah, this thing may be a long time. I don't know about the 18 months or whatnot. I don't think people are going to be locked down for 18 months. I doubt. But this transition may take 18 months or longer. It's going to be things are not going to be the same for a while. Things will never be the same. But I'll say we're going to be in a transition period for at least 18 months or more. And that's going back to what Derek says, that, you know, being adaptable, adaptability. How are you going to adapt to this entire change? I agree with Derek there. Vitamin C, D, and keep things washed. That's right. Keep it clean. Cleanliness is close to godliness. So keep it clean. A lot of you guys don't wash and don't clean the house. Now it's time to clean up your house, clean up your closet, clean everything. Make sure you clean, disinfect things. Okay? If you don't want to waste alcohol, a little white vinegar. I've been taking vitamin D too. I took vitamin D. So I did the blood test. I'm a little low on the vitamin D. Everything else is looking good. A little high on the cholesterol, but that's part of the genetics for me, at least. Everybody in my family, even people that don't eat a lot of red meat, have high cholesterol. So I'm not concerned with that. Actually, I was expecting that. A little low on the vitamin D. So I started taking a little supplement. Now that I'm being outside a lot more often, it should be okay. Before I was encouraging, go get a blood test, make sure all your levels are good, make sure you're optimized. But right now, I would say the opposite. Don't go to a medical office. Don't do anything with doctors right now. Get out the way. The best thing you could do is just step out the way. Jerron says, I'm a lone wolf. I already separate myself from people, especially libtards. My cat is more happy. I'm home now and not on set. Patience is a virtue. That's right. Patience is a virtue. This is going to teach a lot of people a lot of things. Some people just can't. There's always people that got to be doing something. You know, there's people that always got to stay busy doing something. And it's like sometimes people need to reflect. You don't know how important it is to have time to reflect. And that's why there was so much wisdom in the past, because people weren't on the phones all the time watching porn. They had more time to reflect. Jerron's got lots of stocks of fruits and veggies. Good for you. Shout out to you. Shout out to the 27 concurrent viewers that I have. Everyone stay safe. It will come in waves. 2-month quarantine, then back to life. Then the virus respreads and we repeat probably a year before we have a vaccine. That sounds reasonable. Like that, you know, that may happen. Dab Master J's. That sounds within reason. It's hard to disagree with that. I think we're going to have like a 2 months. We'll probably be locked down for about 2 months. Maybe more. It could be like 4 months like China. But, I don't think you can really lock down people for the whole world for 18 months. I live in the hood of Chicago, and I think this economic reset will cause even more violence. I agree. And not just in Chicago, in a lot of the urban cities, those highly populated urban districts, low income, it's going to get worse for a lot of people out there. If you want to see how things could get, just remember how, things were in like the 70s in like New York and stuff. It was like a war zone out there. We're going to see that in a lot of U.S. cities now. L.A., New York's going to probably go back to that. Chicago, it's unfortunate, but that's something that is going to be more than likely a reality. So what you should be trying to do, Derek, is trying to get the F out of there. You know, I've been saying it for a while too myself. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm going opposite of the cities. I'm going towards the farms, the country. And what could you do out there? Grow your own food, maybe have some chickens. You know, these chickens lay like an egg a day. So, I mean, you could survive off that. If you have a few chickens, you know, you get a little coup of chickens there with 10, 15 chickens. They're all laying an egg a day. I mean, tell you this, eggs to me is one of the most bang for your buck when it comes to nutrition. Chicago is a war zone in some of these neighborhoods. I've witnessed a drive-by in front of my house. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it, there, Derek. I know it is. So, you know, expect things to get worse. That's why you got to hunker down. Dr. Shiva Ayaduri is a body immune system specialist, which most doctors are not. He says check vitamin A levels, then D3 and D and C. Yeah, I did. I mean, luckily, right before this happened, I told you guys, I was like, I'm going to go take my blood, make sure I'm all optimized, make sure it's all good, and everything checked out good. And, you know, I'm a little low on the vitamin D by a few points. I think, like, you got to be, like, above 25, and I think mine was, like, 24 or something like that. So I'm on the low end. And, you know, so I'll start taking, and then as far as the A and C, I think I'm all on point. I'm out here in the rural, and you want duck eggs. I'm out here in the rural, and you want duck eggs, you want ducks. There you go. Yeah, ducks too. I mean, those are nutritious. Got 50 chickens and 4 cows. They lay eggs on a daily. There you go, Oscar. Shout out to you. And yeah, these chickens, I looked into it. You could buy a chicken for like 10 or 15 bucks, and that chicken's laying like a egg a day. So for like $100, you can get a little coup going. 1, 2, 3, bada bing, and that's gonna provide you with some food. You don't even need to eat the chickens. I'm talking about just the eggs. You don't have to be slaughtering chickens or anything. I'm talking about just eating the eggs. And then your cows, I assume that you're milking them. And then an alternative to that is get a little goat. See, you can pick up a goat for like $300. Yeah, 50 chickens and 4 cows is a lot. I mean, cows seem like hard to maintain, I would probably get a goat. You can get little goats, and goats are like dogs. I mean, they're playful and stuff. Zinc helps slow virus multiplications. But guys, here's the truth, guys. If you're eating really well, you don't really need to supplement with that much, these vitamins. If you're eating well, I mean, I don't supplement. I've done a little vitamin D now, but I ran my blood and my A is good. My B, everything is pretty good. Yeah, a little low on the D, and we can, we're tuning that up. Oscar says, I got them for 50 cents when little at the farm market months ago. So you got the chickens for 50 cents each? Yeah, but if you bought 50, what was that, $25 or something? You could buy goats for $50 and they eat weed. So that's cheaper than I said. So this is even cheaper than I even have researched. Yeah, that's where I'm headed to. My goal is to get a little plot of land. It doesn't have to be like a big farm. It doesn't even have to be a whole acre, a little half an acre, even a quarter acre. You could do these chickens in a very small area. I don't need cows or anything, but maybe some pigs. I don't know. I mean, I know people around here. I'm not too far. I'm not close to the city. I'm closer to the country than I'm like on the outskirts. And I know there's a lot of people that they raise pigs, and that's big to get from the farms. I'm an intermittent faster, so I don't really need that much food anyway. There you go. Yeah, you could get into like a 1 meal a day, and that works too. The Snake Diet's that guy. He does 1 meal a day, and he works out every day, full body, but very little. Check him out. He's definitely extremist, but he drops some jewels. Snake Diet. This white guy out of Canada, his name is Cole Robinson. And the eggs have more flavor and nutrients. Yeah, eggs to me is like the best bang for your buck. Hey, Jerron said I could fast for 60 days. I don't know about 60, but definitely for a few. Yeah, we've been on for about 51 minutes. Everything's good. The big. Let me see what the price of Bitcoin is. At 62. It's all right. We topped off there around 66 earlier today. Yeah, that's true. Pigs are a mess. You know, they tear up your ground. They root. Yeah, unless you're gonna slaughter the pigs or sell them. Yeah, you're probably right. And I don't like eating a lot of swine either. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I'll keep it. You know, I like bacon, but you know, as far as raising the pigs and that's probably not it. I'd probably go with real simple. It's not, you know, I don't want to be, you know, completely farming or anything. You know, maybe like 10, 15 chickens, a goat or 3, and, you know, that'll be all right. And you can milk the goats, you know, and get a little bit of milk. Goat milk is pretty good. Dow Jones is getting hit. Let's check out where the Dow Jones is. Yeah, it's, whoo! Look at that candle on the Dow. Let's look at the one. That's actually, yeah. Look at that. Look at this is the 1 day on the Dow, guys. Ooh. Yeah. Here's everything the Fed is doing to support the financial markets. Let's look what they say here. They're throwing money everywhere, basically. The Federal Reserve is introducing a new slate of measures, including open-ended bond buying and corporate bond purchases, intended to support the U.S. economy as officials scramble to deal with the growing economic fallout. The coronavirus pandemic is causing tremendous hardship across the United States. Our nation's first priority is to care for those afflicted, blah, blah, blah. Aggressive efforts must be taken across the public and private sectors to limit losses to jobs and incomes and to promote a swift recovery. Stock futures rallied after the news, but the gains were short-lived. And I was just saying this a few moments ago. I'm like, yeah, they'll rally for a second and they're going to be short-lived. They'll go up and then they'll go right back down. But the gains were short-lived as strategists argued that only Congress could take the steps to fully offset the economic impact. The S&P and the Dow Jones Industrial Average were down 1.6 this morning. It's probably down even more. Now it's down 4%. The Fed has attempted to fill the void by creating a paralyzed fiscal policy. These steps are quite significant, but still do not address all of the issues that need to be addressed. Let's see what else they got. The Fed also took steps to help U.S. companies finance their operations until the coronavirus threat has passed. Here's the key word there, finance. That's a loan. The Fed also created another vehicle to buy existing investment-grade bonds and bond exchange-traded funds until September 30th. Wow. It will buy up to 10% of each issuer's outstanding bonds. They're buying everything. The central bank will also reestablish a facility it used in the 2008-2009 financial crisis to lend cash against up to 100 billion of securities backed by assets such as auto loans, student loans, credit cards. Everybody's about to get a loan out here. Regulators also relaxed one of the regulations on risks that banks can take in what the Fed calls a technical change. Bank shareholders didn't seem as optimistic about the Fed's move as corporate bond investors were. However, the financial sector fell 3.6 and it's falling more. The Fed will broaden access to a money market lending facility it created last week, allowing the facility to lend against short-term floating rate municipal paper and bank certificates of deposit. How great is it to be able to lend money that you printed out of thin air? Imagine you could just lend as much money you can that you want, that you just created out of thin air. Because this is not even a printing press, guys. This is just numbers on a computer screen. At this point, they're not even printing the cash. They can't even print the cash that fast. The Fed is also broadening access to a vehicle created to buy short-term corporate debt called commercial paper. Governments will now be able to sell tax-exempt short-term debt to that vehicle. The Fed also cut prices for borrowers that want to access that financing. That decision helped support short-term corporate debt and drove 4.7% gains. Short-term. It also expects to announce soon the establishment of a Main Street business lending program to support lending to eligible small and medium-sized businesses, complementing efforts by the SBA. Yeah, and then they're going to be, this is in a way like a predatory lend because a lot of these businesses, they're not going to be able to survive and they're just going to get more in debt. And this is how you crush mom and pop businesses, guys. Mom and pop businesses are done with. It's for the majority of them. It's a shame. The Fed cannot put products on the shelves. They are worthless, says Rafterman. Yeah, but they still have the power to print the dollar. Right now, I'm looking at it the opposite. Right now, the Fed is the most powerful institution in the world at this moment. They are the most powerful institution in the world, whether you like it or not. They got the con going, though, and we see through the con, but, I mean, it doesn't matter at this point. The whole world needs to see through the con and throw them out of here, but that's going to create, I mean, that's going to take a revolution that I don't think people are even capable of coordinating at this point. Stay away from pork. Don't eat that filth no more. Yeah, I stayed swine free for years. I think I did like from '08 to like 2010 swine free, and then I went back to the swine, and nothing changed. Yeah, the Fed has all the power, Derek. That's what it is. You know, the Fed has all the power, and the reason it has all the power is because the people want to give, like the people are acting like women. Like, what do we do? Send us money. Help, help, help. They just turn to Big Daddy, and Big Daddy's the Fed. Big Daddy's the Fed. This has been, I don't know how long in the making. It's not like they just took over overnight, guys. This is the Fed, the Fed and the central bank system. Is, like I said, and I've been saying on these streams, we've been in a new world order since at least World War I. And they've just been strengthening and strengthening their grip and tightening and tightening. And the plan here is a one world government where they're the buyers and lenders of last resort. They're buying the entire monopoly board, guys. Monopoly is the word. It's a monopoly. That is the strategy. And they're not completely there yet, but every year they get stronger and stronger. That's right. They don't care who makes the laws because they control the money supply. That's the end of the day. That's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to. But, you know, people are here fighting over racism, watching porn all day, watching Netflix, and they haven't been focused on the ball. They haven't been focused on the ball. No, it's not capitalism anymore, McPuffin. It wasn't for a long time, though. It wasn't capitalism for a long time. I mean, even in 2008, they bailed out all the losers. That's not capitalism. That's a form of corporate welfare. Right, in capitalism, you screw up, you lose your money. But how long has, I don't think we ever even had capitalism. It was the illusion of, it's a great idea. Cool idea, bro. But I doubt that it was truly ever 100% free market. I mean, there's been times that it's more free than others, obviously. But all right, guys, I'll take a few more comments and questions. We got the point across here. Expect Bitcoin. I'll tell you this, if the market keeps going down, Bitcoin is not going to go to no $10,000. Hopefully some of this cash makes its way to Bitcoin, but the more pressure there is, the more there's going to be a reason to liquidate into cash. Because, if people are under pressure and they got to pay their debt, they're going to have to pay it from somewhere. All that food y'all bought, y'all going to get fatter binge eating to Netflix watching reality shows, right? Some people are eating even more. Capitalism is private profits and private losses, says Derek. Capitalism is something that we don't have, guys. Okay? And it was a cool idea, and I don't know even if it was the best idea or not. But that's definitely not what's the case here. Apple market value drops below 1 trillion for the first time since October. Apple's going to stick around, though. Yeah, I cancel my Netflix out there, guys. I don't watch Netflix. I don't got time for that. Actually, now I think real estate and cryptos are the safest assets, as strange as it sounds. Yeah, it's that's the way to look at it. What are the safest right now? To me, the safest is looking like gold. Gold is holding the line, and actually, gold is up. Gold is up. Gold has been teetering around 1,500 during this whole thing. Let's look at gold. Let's look at gold in the past month. Okay, and actually, look, it kind of dumped. So it dumped when everybody freaked out, but it kind of held itself. And so let's look at Bitcoin. Let's see the month of Bitcoin, if it's similar pattern. A similar pattern. You see a similar pattern between gold and Bitcoin. I'll tell you what, though, I'm still more convinced with gold than I am with Bitcoin. Although Bitcoin has way more potential upside, obviously. Yeah, USD is the safest right now. Yeah, absolutely. Right now for the short term, but that's not going to be for long. Eventually it will hyperinflate, but we're not at that point yet. So again, this is a game of like trading the market that you have in front of you. We've talked about that before. It's like, what's going to be next month or that we don't know. But right now, USD is running the show. Okay, it's right now USD runs the show, and it will tomorrow and the day after. What are the odds of going back to using gold? Very little out there, Jojo. You think these people want to, actually be held accountable to something? Come on, guys. They just have the power to have an unlimited printing press. Do you think they're going to submit to a gold standard? Come on. Divorce lawyers are going to make a lot of money. You're right, Jaron. That's absolutely, everybody, that divorce rate spike after family vacations. So, think about that. This is going to, force a lot of people to look into themselves, reflect, look back at home, and check out their current situation. A lot of people are just so running around in the rat race that this gives you a chance to remove yourself from the rat race and really reflect on what your roots are, how your home is, the foundations. I think the real estate will drop too, but we're already in a real estate bubble. Yeah, it's all going to drop, guys. All of it. Gold, US dollar, it's all going to deflate. There's going to be a deflation, and then there'll be a hyperinflation. But I agree with Derek. At this moment right now, for the short term, USD is the safest bet. It won't be for long, though. Hopefully that real estate goes down. So guys like Derek and myself, because I've been waiting, to jump on something. I don't want to gold back money. Gold is just shiny rock as paper is just wood. Yeah, but gold is a lot more scarce than wood. The better question is what would you want your currency backed by? And Jojo, thanks again for sending me that message today on D Live, letting me know that it was my settings that was preventing the comments from coming up. And as I've told the members of here in the chat and all the cryptomaniacs, we have an open chat over here on D Live all the time, whether I'm on or offline, and you guys could drop messages here to each other. Derek says real asset-backed crypto. Yeah, but gold is a real asset. It's something that's you can hold in your hand. It's real. I'm not going to get into the whole gold thing. It should be obviously why gold has been the metal of the gods. You're right. Yeah, all right, champ, got to go. Stay safe out there. Yeah, I got to go too. I'm going to go ahead and grub up with the fam and see what's up with the kids. They're always yelling and screaming. It's just another day in the neighborhood. Rafterman, thank you so much. Keep up the fire, boomers. Thank you so much, Rafterman. I'm glad you got your phone back. Guys, on that note, I'm out of here, guys. I'm going to go ahead and have some lunch. Stay strong out there, guys. Keep focused. I'll see you soon. It's the voice of the blockchain, Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest, Champagne Crypto. Thanks for tuning in. out.